Hi, my name is Dina Falconi. I'm an herbalist, educator, and the author of Foraging and Feasting, and I just released a new online course, wildfoodhealthboosters.com. Today, what are we going to do? Right now in this video, you're going to go meet the golden oyster, the yellow oyster. In Japanese, it's called tamogitake, and its scientific name is Pleurotus citrinopileatus. Citrinopileatus. Citrino means yellow, pileatus means cap or head cap. So we have the yellow capped oyster. So that's today's video lesson. Where does this oyster mushroom originate? It's not from here. We're in the mid-Hudson Valley in New York. It's from the hardwood, the subtropical hardwood forests of eastern Russia, northern China, Japan. How did it get here? How did it arrive? The story goes that, yes, it's been cultivated here in this area in the United States. But what happened in 2011 is Hurricane Irene came, flooded our region, and some of the mushroom growers had this golden oyster growing, and the floods pushed the oyster mushroom into our landscape here, into the Hudson Valley. So we have oyster mushrooms now, wild, these exotic, gourmet, amazing, delicious mushrooms. They have now arrived since 2012, and here in New York they're spread about. Where else are they? They are in what states? It's Delaware, it's Maryland, it's Iowa. Hi there. It's Illinois. It is, where else is it happening? It is also in Michigan and Minnesota, Pennsylvania and Delaware. So those are the states that the reports of sightings of the golden oyster are, but it could be in many more spots. Okay, so let's go find this beauty so you get to know how to identify it, what it looks like, and we'll also touch upon how to prepare it for food. We have arrived at the golden oyster spot, one of many, and at this stage you can see that it has been harvested, which is a great thing. So either a bear came along or probably some foragers. And then if you look up higher, you can see how high they grow on the tree. And there's also clumps growing right there at the bottom. So this is how you're going to see the golden oyster from a distance. This is on dead elm. These are oysters growing on a dead elm. You'll find them on dead oaks, so other dead hardwoods. What else? I'd like you to just come in close and have a look. So now here we're up close to the golden oyster fruiting clump, and hoping that you can see these are overlapping shelves, like fan to kidney shaped shelves that are emerging from a center point down there. There's a main connector point. I'm going to pull this out for you to see it more closely in a moment. And under here you can see these are the gills, and the stem is off center. So you can see that it's off center, and the gills are decurrent. They flow down the stalk, down the stipe of the mushroom. And here we have again the cap, kidney shaped, and the color is yellow, golden. These are past their prime, but still you can learn from them. What else can you see here is right here, you can see that that's a spore print. The spores have been dropping onto here, and you can see that it's whitish, slightly off-white, maybe slightly violet. Again, just showing you these clusters of overlapping fan-shaped caps in these clusters. They're pretty beautiful, just giving you a sense of the different clusters. Great. Let's get this clump. Let's see if I can unhinge it. Yeah, beautiful. And let's take this and show you it. So here's the cluster that I just pulled off of the dead elm. just to give you a sense of what that looks like. By the way, these are probably good for food down here, but these I'd have to investigate, but they're cracking, the cap is cracking, so we'd look to see if they're still tender and smell good, and if they do, we would still use them. By the way, you can see that some of the caps, they grow this small, and often you'll see them in this teeny size, and you can eat them at that stage too. Here's obviously a bigger cap, and I want you to just get a good look at these gills. There are the gills right there. And then these gills run down into the stalk or the stipe. This is called decurrent gill, onto the mushroom stipe. And this mushroom stalk here is a little bit fuzzy, a little bit velvety. What else to tell you? This does attract lots of little black beetles and also little white mealyworms. So when you're processing this for food, you want to make sure that you're cleaning it really well. Hoping you're seeing just how gorgeous this is. Probably this was peak food 4 to 5 days ago. Still looking good as food though, actually. See that little black worm though? Not worm, sorry, beetle. Gotta get that baby out. Let me tell you a little about how to prepare this. Golden oyster. Pleurotus citrinopileatus of the Pleurotaceae family. It's a treasure. It tastes amazing. You definitely want to learn how to key this out. And then once you have the ID correct, you're going to harvest it and you are going to clean it. You're going to remove all the bugs. So definitely going to be debugging is a bit of this, especially as they get more mature. By the way, this would be fruiting once the temps hit 60 degrees or warmer. So just as a note. But then how to prepare it. You're going to clean it by not rinsing it in water, but basically working with your hands, perhaps even a little bit of magnification and getting the different bugs out of the gills. And then once you've cleaned it, you saute it in olive oil or butter with a sprinkle of salt, or you put it on a baking sheet, put some olive oil or butter on it, also put some oil underneath the mushroom, sprinkle it with salt at a 405 degree oven, let it bake for probably 10-15 minutes. It's amazing tasting. We've been eating these for the last few days, been very lucky. Okay, so may you get some golden oyster reality into your life. If you've enjoyed this and you want more, perhaps you'd like to check out my new online course, Wild Food Health Boosters and Herbal Remedies. More about it at wildfoodhealthboosters.com. See you then.